just want to point out a few things before I answer my...
I'll hold the mic. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay, sure. Point out a few things before I actually ask my question. An estimated 5,400 children have been permanently handicapped, and 12,100 civilians have been killed in Yemen due to Saudi bombings, which they have used weapons that we sold them. Over 200 people died recently from one incident of U.S. indiscriminate bombing in Mosul. U.S.-supported Syria moderates bombed a bus evacuating civilians this past Saturday, killing 126 people, 95 of whom were children. All of this has gotten very little attention by the mainstream media, while convenient excuses to drop more bombs, such as the recent alleged Syrian government gas attack, got no end of coverage. Alex Jones, who you used as a symbol of fake news on the flyer for this event, warned of the lie of WMDs in Iraq. Perhaps if we had watched a little bit more fake news and a little less establishment mouthpiece mainstream media, the over million deaths of Iraqis could have been avoided.
And so what is your question, sir?
My question is, ethically, as journalists, as consumers of journalism, and as Americans, don't we have an obligation to provide a platform for a plurality of views? Isn't the stigma of fake news an attempt to censor? And if the flow of information is controlled, opinions are controlled, that can have disastrous consequences, as we have clearly seen. And the First Amendment guarantees the right of freedom of the press for a reason.
Okay.
Yes.
You've stopped the panel.
No, yes, you're right. The media should cover more than it does, and that's where you talk about the niche coverage and the idea that you have to break out of that and you have to go beyond the boundaries within your readership, within your newsroom, and you have to write stories that maybe people don't want to read. You have to tell stories that people don't like. I have to tell you that sometimes those stories do get out, but people don't read them, they don't talk about them, and it doesn't feel like they ever get published.
I think part of the issue that you raise about where some international reporting stories, how they're played, where they get played, whether they don't get played higher. I would argue that some of that is economic based in terms of resources.
Appreciate you taking the time.
Sure.
So, first of all, regarding your comments on Alex Jones, I felt like some of the criticisms you made were misinformed.
Really?
Yeah, for example, you mentioned the headline regarding the CIA controlling the media. I wonder if you're aware of Operation Mockingbird?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's my question. Are you aware of Operation Mockingbird?
I wanted to hear your question.
That's my question.
No, what's the point?
What's the point?
Yeah.
The question is, are you aware of Operation Mockingbird? The point is that if you are aware of it, then you must be aware of CIA control over media.
Really?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Well, I think...
Should I take it that you don't know about Operation Mockingbird?
I would say that you're misinformed.
How's that?
Because I think that you were reading out of a book, you didn't quote one source.
I was reading my notebook. That's what I wrote.
Right.
Yeah.
And you were
I was given limited time. I would have quoted sources had I
you
had
were
time.
you were stating facts or things that you purported to be facts, and you quoted no source for that.
I didn't have time. The guy interrupted me and said, "Sir, what's your question?" So I had
You
to
asked
make
a
it
longer
quick.
question than anyone else. Have a good day.
I just wanted
So
to...
you're not aware of
Hi.
Operation Mockingbird?
I was involved on the table the first year.
Yeah.
I was one of the first ambassadors.
Oh.
And so now...
Now you involved this.
Yeah, we're talking about